This is Triforce, and I am Wisdom. This week I am reviewing Brawl Busters, the new free-to-play game from Rock Hippo Productions. Brawl is the right name for this game. It is a multiplayer brawler through and through, with 5 classes to accommodate a lot of different playstyles while feeling similar all at the same time. It's kind of a weird combination. It feels like the old button mashers from when I was a kid. It's screaming for a controller. My hands really wanted the controller, but the keyboard controls work really well for it. The controls are smooth and responsive, and your character will do or attempt to do exactly what you want it to. It just takes some getting used to the environments to go where you want to. The obstacles feel bigger than they should be in some cases. It hasn't really resulted in crappy gameplay. So far it's just slowed me down momentarily, and I started to recognize what obstacles would give me trouble so I could avoid them or use them to my benefit. I've turned the problem into a part of the gameplay, which is pretty cool that you can do that. It was good enough, the gameplay is good enough that you can do that. And the gameplay is dependent on teamwork. From my first game, it was clear that the basic strategy was stick together and choose targets wisely. It becomes a very fast-paced game of positioning, and when one team makes a mistake putting one of their players in a vulnerable spot, the other team really needs to take advantage. There are some neutral objectives on the map that are important, but they're sometimes hard to control, feeling too open. The areas are not controllable enough. The most important is the kiosk that gives global bonuses to your team. Because of its limited nature and central location, it becomes highly contested and sometimes controllable. It's the other objectives that are even more random than that. To get items, you need to destroy objects in the level. There are so many that you can't really deny your opponents access to these items. I would like them to be a little more strategic. As it is, you just need to attack random stuff almost as much as your opponents to get items. And then everyone uses them all at the same time, creating a chaotic feel to the combat, which I think is what they were going for. Again, the button masher aspect comes to mind. I would like to see more strategy, and certainly there's plenty of room for it. The classes feel balanced so far, if a little repetitive, and the combat is fun. My main concern is that it will turn out to be a pay-to-win style of free-to-play game. There are items you can buy, and some of them are they're not just cosmetic. They can give bonuses to offense or defense, and most of these types of items require you to purchase rock tokens to unlock them. If they can walk the fine line of pay for style and not performance, it should stay balanced. Overall, the game is fun and worth at least a few minutes of your time. I give it a 7 out of 10.